I grew up in a small town where everyone knew each other's business. My family was no exception. From the outside, we seemed like the perfect family: mom, dad, and 2 kids. But what people didn't know was that we harbored a dark secret. It all started when I was about 8 years old. I remember waking up in the middle of the night to the sound of footsteps in the hallway. At first, I thought it was just my parents going to the bathroom, but then I heard a door creak open and a muffled conversation. I crept out of my room and saw a dim light coming from the guest room down the hall. I tiptoed closer, my heart pounding, and peeked through the crack in the door. What I saw made my blood run cold. My father was sitting on the edge of the bed, crying, while my mother comforted him. At first, I thought maybe someone had died, but then I noticed something else in the room, a strange symbol painted on the wall in what looked like blood. I ran back to my room, shaking, and tried to forget what I saw. But the next day, my father acted as if nothing had happened, and I couldn't bring myself to ask him about it. As the years went by, I started noticing more and more strange occurrences. Objects would go missing and then reappear in different places. Doors would slam shut on their own, and sometimes I would catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure out of the corner of my eye. I tried to convince myself it was all in my head, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. It wasn't until I was 16 that I finally got the courage to confront my parents about what I saw that night. At first, they denied everything, but when I mentioned the symbol on the wall, my mother's face went pale. She looked at my father, who sighed heavily and nodded. They told me that our family was cursed. Generations ago, one of our ancestors made a deal with a demon for wealth and power, but in exchange, every firstborn child would belong to the demon on their 18th birthday. My father was the firstborn, and he had been trying to find a way to break the curse before it was too late. They had hoped to spare me the truth, but now that I knew, I had to help them find a way to break the curse before my 18th birthday. I was shocked, but also relieved that I finally knew the truth. We started researching every book on the occult we could find and even consulted with a few experts in the field. But as my birthday grew closer, we still hadn't found a solution. The night before my 18th birthday, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing strange noises and seeing shadows moving in the corners of my room. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and I saw a dark figure standing at the foot of my bed. As I screamed, my parents burst into the room and my father threw a book at the figure. The book burst into flames and the figure vanished. We realized that the book was the key to breaking the curse. It was the demon's ledger, containing the names of all the souls he owned. With trembling hands, we opened the book and found my name on the last page. My father took a deep breath and ripped out the page, then threw it into the fire. As the paper burned, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders, and I knew we had finally broken the curse. It's been years since that night, and I still get chills thinking about it. My family never spoke of it again, but I know we'll never forget the dark secret that almost destroyed us.